Good evening. It's Thursday, November 24th. Welcome to the Local Live. I'm Mike Witch. And on behalf of everyone here at LMC TV, happy Thanksgiving. Tonight we've got a special show for you. We're featuring organizations in our community, those non-for-profits that invest time and treasure helping others and making us all more aware of social and educational causes. First up, the Mamaroneck and Larchmont Hunger Task Force. This organization operates a food pantry that distributes a bag of nutritious groceries twice each month, 4 days of meals. It's an all-volunteer organization whose members gather, pack, and distribute the food.
About 47 million Americans receive food stamps. When food stamps aren't enough, Americans are forced to rely on donations for food pantries and soup kitchens. And according to the Food Bank of Westchester, approximately 200,000 county residents are going hungry and in need of assistance.
Altogether, we have about 650 families that come to us.
This is Mary, a volunteer and shift supervisor at the Larchmont Mamaroneck Hunger Task Force.
They come when they need it, so about every time we operate, we serve about 450 families.
This helps out a lot for them because when they come here, they appreciate it. You can see it in their face when they come in the morning and the door opened up and they see, oh yeah, you're here. You know, I can't even explain it.
The Larchmont Mamaroneck Hunger Task Force is the only food pantry servicing the Larchmont and Mamaroneck community.
I was at one of our local elementary schools talking to the first graders, and I was saying to them, over Thanksgiving, we fed 593 children, which is basically the entire elementary school of kids. So it's a lot of families. We have a lot of homebound seniors that we deliver groceries to. I think we're up to 66 homebound seniors. So, you know, we have seniors as well, some disabled. But really the majority of our clients are working poor, that people that are holding down several jobs that just can't make ends meet.
But when it comes to hunger, when it comes to people going to sleep at night with not enough to have eaten for that day, that is unacceptable. Not in this country. Not ever, but especially not this time with so much food available in this country.
Food stamps provide the first line of defense. Already, our members, and it's only been 1 week since the cuts, already our members are talking about longer lines.
And this was before the latest cuts were approved. Over the next decade, a cut of nearly $9 billion to the food stamp program will be implemented. This aside from the $5 billion national cut that took effect on November 1st of 2013. It's been 20 years since the Larchmont Mamaroneck Food Pantry has been serving our community. But could the recent Farm Bill affect it?
I would say in recent years, our number of clients that we serve has been slowly inching up, and certainly with the 2008 downturn, the financial downturn, we did have a spike in the number of clients we serve, but right now it's been holding pretty steady. So if the reduction in food stamps is having an impact, we haven't noticed it yet. Our main concern now in the food that we give to our clients is that it just represents nutritionally a good balance between proteins and fresh carbohydrates and fresh produce. We are mandated to offer a selection of food that is nutritious and offers a well-balanced diet.
Servicing the community 2 days a month with enough food for 3 to 4 days. The food pantry provides a bag of non-perishables like rice, cereal, and tuna. Fresh fruits as fruits and vegetables, as well as fresh meats, eggs, and milk.
We just celebrated our 20th anniversary last spring, which was bittersweet because I wish that they didn't need us anymore. Our community didn't need us anymore, but we are still, unfortunately, very busy. And the good thing is we're very well supported in our community. We have a lot of volunteers.
Overall, for all our shifts, which includes unloading a truck, setting up the food, then packing all the bags that you've seen here, and then the 2 distributions, both Tuesday evening and Wednesday morning, we have over 100 volunteers.
A lot of families. Whew. I was surprised to see so many families. You know, they coming in the cold and the rain with their kids. you know. And they show, I mean, when you got your little boy and little girl in rain gear coming to get food, that's what inspires me. I said, if they can come, I can give.
For more information, visit www.lmfoodpantry.org. I'm Jojine Castillo, reporting from the Local Live.
Habitat of Westchester is an organization of thousands of volunteers working to eliminate poverty and homelessness throughout the county, and to make decent, affordable shelter a matter of conscience and public action. Habitat invites people from all walks of life and all faiths to build houses in partnership with families in need.
We're here today in Yonkers with Habitat for Humanity of Westchester, celebrating the building of homes for returning veterans. Executive Director Jim Killoran had filled us in on all of the work leading up to this day.
This is part of our long-term commitment to veterans. We're in Battle Hill. I renamed it in honor of the veterans. Every veteran coming home to a job and a house and a home. There's hundreds to thousands of foreclosures across this country. We want every one of them to go to a veteran's family coming back.
Over the past 2 years, hundreds of Habitat volunteers, including groups from West Point and local businesses, have transformed this row of houses.
I almost think of the flag being raised up with the people raising it. That's what our volunteers have done here to help to make this come a phoenix is rising out of the ashes. These are foreclosures that looked ugly, that were horrible, that were out of plumb, and volunteers came in here and made this beautiful. The houses are beautiful. So it's a real collective effort along with volunteers from Larchmont, Mamaroneck. Everybody comes and helps to build these houses.
These homes were also made possible by donations of windows and other materials by local businesses.
People are crazy for good when you get that infectious disease, hepatitis, and people just want to do whatever we can, donate lumber, donate windows, donate supplies. It's an effort of love, and you can see it today. These people have hepatitis, it's infectious.
We spoke with 2 volunteers who were clearly infected with hepatitis.
Twice a week, and I love working here, and these houses are ready this week, and it makes me very proud.
I'm from the French community, and we have set up a group of ladies who come twice a month, and we really love it. And actually, some of us are actually coming twice a week. I think we'll be finished with the painting today, and so after that, it's just cleaning up. They're all done. It's very exciting, and the families are so cute. You know, we've met them, they've come, they worked with us.
Mike and Nikki were 2 Marines who met overseas. They fought in the Iraq. They're coming back to a safe home in a beautiful house that they're going to live in with their kids, with a great backyard, and even see Manhattan from the backyard.
How does it feel to be here today on Veterans Day?
It's unbelievable. I've been helping out for the last couple of years, getting things together, but I haven't seen it like this. I mean, it's quite remarkable. Now you see it in person. It's, I don't know, very thankful, very thankful.
We are blessed today to have West Point cadets, blessed today to have veterans who went to Iraq and Afghanistan, blessed today to have Vietnam veterans here, blessed today to celebrate home ownership, to change the history of these families' lives. Yeah! Give it up for these guys!
I mean, a lot of veterans, they come home with smiles on their face, but it's hard what they do over there. They go through a lot to get through it. A lot of veterans here understand what I'm saying. So for you guys, everybody here to help out building this house, I saw a lot of guys working on the back with the rocks. I mean, it's not an easy job building a home, especially here on this hill. But they did it. Habitat did it, and I thank you.
I just want to express how grateful I am. You know, me and Tara, we were actually that percentage of people that were actually going to leave the state. And Jim actually made it possible, and Habitat made it possible for us to actually stay and, you know, continue building our lives here. All the volunteers, all the soldiers, the Marines, everybody here. I can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah, Jeff.
Killoran wasted no time rallying the troops for the next Veteran Home Project.
Beautiful, this building. It's going to be beautiful. Get working on it. We need your donation today.
Infected with hepatitis, this is Rebecca Berman for the Local Live.
In our community, even animals are organized to help. ECAD stands for Educating Canines Assisting with Disabilities. This nonprofit has created a program called Project Heal to assist veterans suffering from physical injuries, PTSD, and traumatic brain injury.
Commemorating Veterans Day, we are here at ECAT in Dolph's Ferry. We're learning more about Project HEAL, a program that helps veterans that suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm here with McCall, who when he grows up will become a service dog who will be able to help a veteran.
ECAT stands for Educating Canines Assisting with Disabilities. One of ECAT's programs is Project HEAL, designed to meet the need of veterans living with physical injuries, post-traumatic stress disorder, and traumatic brain injury. Lou Picard, co-founder of the organization and program director, welcomed us to ECAT's training facility and explained us more about the use of service dog to heal our heroes.
Well, we've been doing this for 20 years, so I've been giving dogs to veterans since the beginning of time for us. But I would say what most people are looking for is how many veterans you're dealing with that are coming back. So we give 33% of the dogs that we produce for veterans, and then 33% for children with autism, and 33% for people with physical disabilities. What the dogs do for veterans specifically is they can remind them to take their medication. They can wake them up during nightmares or night terrors. If they're having a flashback on a train or in a grocery store, the dog can redirect them and bring them back down, we call it grounding them. So when you're looking to get a service dog for a veteran or even a civilian, it's more than just having the dog comfort you or remind you to take your medicine. They also have to have perfect manners in public. They have to be unobtrusive in public. So what you're seeing is us teaching the dogs to be small. Get under my chair, get inside of a small box. Eventually we'll use the wheelchair, go underneath the wheelchair. We work our dogs for 1,500 hours before we give them to the person. And then after the client gets the dog, we have 2 weeks of training with them, which we house them, and then we follow up on them for the life of the team. So if that veteran ever has any more issues, needs the dogs to be retrained or anything, we take care of them.
Hector Torres is a retired sergeant major that fought on the Iraq War. He shared with us his experience with ECAT.
I was given the opportunity to come meet the ECAF organization at the VA, and I got invited to come visit them here at the training center in Dobbs Ferry, New York. And I started to recognize that they have a unique program, which is Project HEAL, assisting service dogs, training for veterans. And been with them for this period of time, and it's been a wonder, a blessing, and a privilege. I have not yet received my dog because early on I recognized that there were other veterans that were before me, and I felt it my obligation to let them get their dogs first before I get mine. But I've had the opportunity of saying that I get to play with all the dogs, not just one.
If you're interested in learning more about ECAT and you want to donate to their cause so they can keep helping not only veterans but people with disabilities, you can reach them out by logging to their website at www.ecat1.org. You can also add them on Facebook by searching ECAT's Project HEAL. On behalf of the Local Life, we want to thank all our veterans for their sacrifice. I'm Sheila Navarro.
You may know that maybe 80% of adults with autism spectrum disorders are unemployed. Girl Again is a first-of-a-kind incubator, if you will, a laboratory where young women work without the pressure of a for-profit business. Girl Again utilizes the most effective training techniques so that conventional employers, as well as new entrepreneurs, can confidently hire people on the autism spectrum. This is Yes, She Can.
A loving and wealthy grandmother grandmarried and leaving my Bedford, New York in 1904. And her grandmother's determined to teach her to become a proper young lady.
Isabel, who was diagnosed with autism before she was 2, has long had a passion for American Girl dolls and a dream to someday work at the American Girl store. Her mother, Marjorie Madfis, saw the need for a program to give young women like Isabel real work experience and prepare them for a job.
Right now, about 80% of young adults with autism are unemployed. That is a huge number. And it's not because they can't all do tasks, it's because they haven't been given the right training or the right opportunity in a business environment.
Madfis founded Yes She Can in November 2013. Their first program is Girl Again, a resale boutique for American Girl dolls in White Plains. Working with a popular collection of dolls and accessories offers these young women on the autism spectrum opportunities to practice valuable job skills. They arrange the merchandise, work with customers, and help with the website. Much of the work involves sorting, researching, and pricing donated items.
American Girl, red jumper, and yellow hat outfit.
Perfect.
And it was going for $20 with the hat. I know what to look for basically. Like I go on eBay, the wiki, American Girl, and basically I put together the outfit and I figure out how much it's worth. I know how to search for things, you know what I mean?
One of the strengths that they all have typically is a great attention to detail. And that's really nice. With this particular product line, American Girl's very focused on details. So they really are good at making sure we have a complete outfit, that all the pieces are together, that the whole collection is organized the way it was originally intended. And so there are some strengths that are beneficial to businesses. We just need to work a lot more on the social workplace skills, the behavioral challenges that they have, and the language challenges.
I think the hardest would be sometimes not crowding the customer so much, which I caught myself a few times. It's like I have to realize, okay, I can step back, let them look around, tell them, just let them know basically I am here if they need me to help them.
Like I have really bad anxiety. I don't. It doesn't always get to me. It hits me. Sometimes it hits me out of nowhere, and it's hard for me to do. It's also hard for me to do with pressure because I get overwhelmed and I can't think straight when I get overwhelmed.
Well, let's talk about it.
Clinical psychologist Sherry Barron works with the young women, helping them manage their behaviors and social anxieties and regulate their mood. She teaches them social skills, not only with customers, but also how to collaborate and communicate with each other.
When I first heard about Girl Again and Yes She Can, I thought that it was a bit of an answer to a dream because my daughter had just aged into that period where we were wondering what she was going to be doing work-wise. And to be able to come into a store, get practical experience like this, to have a job coach on site, that is really rare to find. And this is such a high interest proposition for girls who already probably have grown up with these dolls. They're very motivated to do well and to succeed here. She is really working on sticking to a task, and the job coaches here have been wonderful about applying that to the real world. She knows that she needs to make this final product look beautiful enough that someone will want to buy it, and so that's very motivating to her.
You're doing great.
The merchandise sells quickly, and the store is always in need of more donations of gently used American Girl dolls and accessories. Matt Fiss explains the triple benefit when people donate to Girl Again.
They get to feel good about where they donated. Some young girls are going to get American Girl dolls at affordable prices that they can handle. And most importantly, we're giving women working opportunities.
From Girl Again in White Plains, this is Rebecca Berman for The Local Live.
PrideWorks is a youth organization. Its mission is to inform the community about the realities of growing up gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. PrideWorks inspires respect and support for LGBTQ people, and it advocates for positive change.
Welcome to PrideWorks.
This was the 17th PrideWorks conference, and the gym at SUNY Purchase was packed as former college and pro football player Wade Davis told what it's like to be closeted and gay in the NFL.
But I remember we were watching film, and I was watching myself, and I was thinking, wow, you are standing so gay. You are walking so gay. You are running so gay. Would you just stop being so gay? My whole life up to that point was wasted motion. Because everything that I did was spent trying not to be the person who I really was.
Yonkers varsity basketball coach Anthony Nicodemo says his players respect him more as an out gay coach.
And I know I can speak for myself and my friends who have come out who are coaches or athletes, you know, they've been embraced by their teammates. I mean, I've done it for 3 years now. My kids embrace me and there's no difference with my team except that we're actually closer now that they know the truth.
The teens and adults chose 3 workshops to attend from more than 30 offered by volunteer leaders.
This is the first time that Purchase College has hosted PrideWorks, and we couldn't be more thrilled with that.
PrideWorks promotes a positive message, teaches leadership skills, and fosters a sense of community for these kids, their allies, and the adults in their lives in the lower Hudson Valley.
I learned a lot both about the importance of the specific language we use and also about the need for various kinds of supports at every level of our society. It was a very powerful conference.
The message of PrideWorks is clear. Accept that people are different, celebrate that diversity, and be proud of who you are.
So PrideWorks is a space where I believe that young people are enlivening the entire world.
Reporting for the Local Live, I'm Mike Witch. STEM, that's Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. The STEM Alliance is a grassroots nonprofit organization dedicated to enhancing K-12 STEM education and enrichment activities to benefit the students, parents, and educators in our schools. The Alliance is a dynamic group of parents, teachers, students, alumni, business leaders, and community members. Let's take a look at a special event, STEMtastic Saturday. It happened at the Homix Middle School, where we learned about this nonprofit that aims to foster innovation.
Hello, Larchmont and Mamaroneck. I'm here at Homix Middle School because this weekend is a very special weekend because this Saturday just happens to be
STEMtastic Saturday!
Several booths and stations were set up this Saturday at our local middle school for its annual STEMtastic Saturday. With subjects ranging from nutrition to hoverboards, hundreds of adults and kids alike got to do some hands-on learning. Local businesses and organizations showed their support as well, along with several young entrepreneurs.
So, you made everything on this table yourself.
I always liked making stuff, and I like drawing and art, and I like to make my own things, and I like people to see them.
Oh, smart. So you figured, why not make it into a business?
Well, we created a business called Teen Tech, and in this business, we come to people's houses and assist them with technology questions they might have.
Like parents?
Yeah, parents and elderly people.
Thank you so much.
We actually started out doing it as community service, and we'd have people come to us, but we started getting requests for home visits, so we started doing that.
Later during the festival, 9 groups of creative individuals came together to make a massive Rube Goldberg machine, introduced by the event keynote speaker and inventor, Bob Partington.
This is awesome, isn't it? I love Rube Goldbergs. I love this. I've had a chance to look at some of it. It's going to be really awesome. What's crazy about Rube Goldbergs is how hard they are to make it go all the way from the beginning to end. So if there are any glitches, don't judge.
So, you guys are a team, a squad, shall we say. What's your team name?
The 21 Balloons Club. Our leader was inspired to do engineering by this book called The 21 Balloons. It teaches you to never give up even if something fails, and that's what we've been working on.
Awesome. And do you guys think you're interested in engineering in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you? Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you to everyone who came out today, especially to the STEM Alliance and Homix Middle School who made this amazing event possible. It is always so fun to see not only kids but adults so pumped up about learning something new. Thanks again, and for the Local Live, I'm Rebecca Paganini.
My Sister's Place engages each member of society to end domestic violence and human trafficking so that all relationships can embrace the principles of respect, equality, and peacefulness. Let's take a look at this My Sister's Place public service announcement.
It's a pattern.
Control.
Power.
Fear. Intimidation.
Isolation.
Abuse.
Emotional.
Physical.
Digital.
Financial. Sexual.
Domestic violence is intimate partner abuse.
1 in 4 are affected.
It doesn't discriminate by gender,
Sexual identity.
Economic status.
race,
Ethnicity.
Or religion.
It can be loud.
Or it may be a whisper. It might be on the surface.
Or it could be in disguise.
You know me. I am an artist.
I am a teacher.
I am a lawyer.
I'm a student.
Police officer.
I am an actor. A psychologist.
I'm a doctor.
We've all looked away.
Too many excuses.
Let's change that. Let's face it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get busy.
We can build a world where relationships are based on respect and equality.
Violence is not a sign of strength or a solution.
Let's stand together.
Engaged.
Active.
Outspoken.
Supportive.
Providing hope.
Achieving justice.
Changing lives.
My sister's place.
My sister's place.
My sister's place. My sister's place.
My sister's place.
My sister's place.
My sister's place.
When it's time to pay for college, many parents start to worry. But thanks to the Larchmont Mamaroneck Student Aid Fund, many students have the chance to make their dreams come true. Let's learn more about the Student Aid Fund by listening to the voices of the scholarship winners.
It's helped me reach the amount that I need to pay for tuition and all the expenses that being away at college requires.
It's been a great help. It's made a huge difference.
Without the Student Aid Fund, New School would not have been a possibility.
But definitely help with tuition, it helps with books, it helps with transportation.
It definitely made college a lot easier, and I don't have a lot of debt when I come out of college.
Without this scholarship, I even considered not going to college.
NYU Silver School of Social Work.
University of Albany.
Penn State. Boston University.
Stony Brook University.
The New School University.
NYU.
SUNY Albany.
Emerson College.
Plattsburgh State University.
Tufts University.
Binghamton University.
John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
I just want to thank you guys for instilling the belief and the financial assistance, because it does go a long way.
Thank you, Mamaroneck.
For those who are not afraid of heights, love adventure, and are passionate about serving during emergencies, here are highlights from the Westchester Civil Air Patrol.
We're here at Westchester County Airport with an organization that truly believes the sky's the limit.
Civil Air Patrol was created about a week before, authorized by Congress about a week before Pearl Harbor. They realized that the military assets were going to be sent overseas, and that the coasts of the United States would be vulnerable, and they enlisted the civilian pilot corps, and they mandated that they would be a part of the military as an auxiliary. In fact, they flew coast patrols all during the war. Civil Air Patrol is actually credited with having sunk several German submarines off the East Coast. Civil Air Patrol does probably 90 to 95% of the inland search and rescue for the Air Force. And our missions today, by and large, are Homeland Security and FEMA missions, emergency services, cadet programs, and aerospace education.
And it's really a great program for the cadets, and that's what we're doing here today, is we're going to take a couple of cadets on what's called an orientation flight. So we get them up in the air, we actually get them to fly the plane a little bit, and get them, kind of excited about flying and maybe pursuing a career in aviation.
Civil Air Patrol's been something in my family for a long time. I grew up around it and never joined. I have a 14-year-old daughter now, and it was a great opportunity for her. We took her to a couple of meetings. She fell in love with it. I'm always taking her there to the meetings. I kind of fell in love with it, so here we are together.
Everything we learn and everybody here is like a family, so we all get along. It's just an amazing time we have.
Can you guess which Village of Mamaroneck trustee is in the Civil Air Patrol?
I'm a cadet programs officer for the Southeastern group that covers Westchester, Dutchess, and Putnam. I oversee the cadet program for those 3 counties, which covers I believe it's 4 cadet squadrons with about 140 cadets.
Do you have a nickname when you're in the sky? Are you a Maverick or a Goose?
My call sign is actually Ratatouille.
Well, Ratatouille, you could be my wingman any day. I appreciate your time, and it's been wonderful having you.
Thank you for having me.
If someone was interested in signing up, how do they do so?
They can go on the website and they can contact any one of the commanders. We ask you to come to a couple of meetings actually to see if it's for you, okay? And then we sign you up and give you a membership application.
Sounds easy. You may see me at your next meeting.
I would love to have you.
Reporting for the Local Live, I'm Matt Sullivan.
And finally, we want to show you a video about At Home on the Sound, an organization that works to improve the quality of living of our senior citizens. Roll it.
It's a sense of community. It's a sense of belonging. It's a sense of sharing. And I will stay here for as long as I belong to At Home on the Sound.
At Home on the Sound serves seniors 60 and older from the Larchmont and Mamaroneck community. Most of our members have lived in this community for over 50 years. They've raised their families here and they want to remain in the community that they love.
We have lived in Larchmont 47 years.
I moved here in 1959 for a few years, and I'm still here.
I'm close to living 70 years in Larchmont. 70 years.
Our members opt and want to live at home as they age. They want to be in a familiar surrounding, not just their home, but amongst their friends, the community, the shopkeepers. This is the important thing. This is the super value of At Home.
It's called Aging in Place. And the idea is that by helping each other out in their 60s or early 70s, they're driving, they're organizing events. When they get a little older, they receive the services, they enjoy the company of others, and they're able to stay in their homes.
At Home on the Sound, Pat speaking. How can I help you?
You can call them up and say, hey, what do you think? Or can you help me? I need this.
I find that I could be clumsy with electrical appliances. So you have somebody like Dave who came in, he replaced the lamp. So in that sense, staying in your own home and having someone help you where you're not good is a vital thing as far as I'm concerned.
They take me to doctor's appointments and things of that sort, which are very important to me.
We have over 50 rides a week, over 200 rides a month that we provide to our members, to doctor's appointments, to food shopping, to social events. Those members who no longer drive still have a way of getting out.
Health advocates go with people to the doctor visit and ask the questions and take notes for them.
Someone will call you in the event of bad weather or a flood or a blackout and find out if you need help, and if you do, we'll either provide it for you or ensure that you get it.
In the back of your mind, somebody will be there to help us when we need it.
Sitting alone in your house when you're retired is not a very happy thing. It's not what you think you've worked your life for.
We provide programs like Dinabouts, where a group of people can go together to lunch or dinner, yoga classes. We have trips to theater in New York City, to museums.
Our programs are generated by our members. Whatever members want to do, we try to set up.
We have a current events breakfast once every 2 weeks.
We have parties. They are terrific. The camaraderie at those parties is absolutely dynamite.
Twice a month we have very interesting lectures.
We have a wonderful intergenerational program where Mamaroneck High School students come and run workshops with technology.
So I learned how to play mahjong through At Home on the Sound. I learned how to play bocce. I was in a tournament and won.
Oh yeah, that's great. Whoa!
It gives me something to do most days of the week that I want to do something.
I think I joined as soon as I knew it was organized, and I've enjoyed it all. It's been a tremendous help to me, to keep me alive, to keep me going and involved.
They're just a warm, caring group of people. And everyone I meet, I'm just absolutely amazed.
It's great for my mom. My mom is 94. She's a member. I'm a member now as well. I have met so many people through this organization that I never would have had a chance to meet.
And there's enough of an age range that you have a lot of differences. To me, it's the kind of activity that, in a sense, is characteristic of Mamaroneck and makes Mamaroneck what it is.
That's what makes us so strong, is that it isn't homogeneous. It's people who have come together and formed a community.
It's a vibrant group of people who are active and who enjoy each other's company and who help shape what we as an organization are going to do.
It's not only a membership organization, it's a volunteer organization. Whether it's office administration, event planning, volunteer recruitment, you name it, the volunteers are doing it.
They've all bonded together to help our seniors.
All the services we deliver, all the car rides that we give to members, all the programs, 17 programs a month that we operate, are done exclusively by volunteers. So it's a very moving thing.
They work on the gala, they work on stuffing envelopes for the annual appeal, we sell cookbooks. I mean, there are so many ways that volunteers can get involved. And it's just so much fun.
I especially enjoy writing for the newsletter.
I coordinate the transportation system.
I got involved with working in the office.
I joined about 2 months ago. I've taken about 8 people for rides. And what's interesting about that for me is that almost everyone I've taken is older than I am, so they have better stories to tell.
I've been volunteering for just about 5 years. I like to keep busy, and I've got to have something to do, so here I am.
As a volunteer, it's not only that I'm giving back, I'm taking, and I'm taking the reward of helping other people.
I just found it was a wonderful way for me to spend my retirement, giving back to the community that I love so much.
Our volunteers are just amazing, engaging, loving people. We could not do this without them.
Some people have said, oh, I think it's a great idea, but I'm not ready for it yet. And our response in that situation is, but if you help us and you join, or you contribute, or you do both, it will be here when you need it.
For the first time ever, people are really planning their future life. You're planning for 40 years, and we're going to help you do that.
Aging is a big surprise to some of us. I mean, who, me? You know.
Well, you've never been that age before, so you have that to contend with.
We want you to help determine what your life going forward is going to look like. Aging in Place organizations are going to allow you to do that.
I think every community should have something like this.
This is a model that really is sweeping the country, and we are on the cutting edge of that.
This is a fantastic model. It's taking place now all over the United States, and it's just been a privilege for me to be able to be part of it.
It is a national movement called Aging in Place, and I think it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Remember, if you'd like to keep us on the air, support our program by checking out our website at lmctv.org. Click the Donate button in the upper right corner. We really appreciate any contribution. We're always welcoming new interns and volunteers. Send your emails to thelocallive@lmctv.org and join us. We love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mike Witch. See you next week for another episode of Local Live, and happy Thanksgiving.